here we have the Soundcore Liberty 4 TWS earbuds, the newest earbuds from Anker that are packed full of features and even include heart rate tracking. So today we're going to go through the features, the audio, and whether or not these are worth your money. So full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Soundcore and they've sent me these headphones for free to review for you guys, but that of course does not change my opinions. So the Soundcore Liberty 4s are packed full of features for those that want plenty of options with your headphones. We've got high-res audio with SBC and AAC codec for Android or iPhone. We've also got the popular LDAC codec for the highest quality audio. We've got active noise cancellation along with transparency mode, and this is achieved with their 6 microphone system. We get Bluetooth 5.3, heart rate monitoring, spatial audio, and plenty of EQs to choose from, along with a great app to customize your own EQs. First up, we'll cover the most important aspect, which is of course sound. With the Soundcore Liberty 4, we get a 9.2 and a 6mm dual dynamic driver with an upgraded ACAA3 acoustic system, and overall they sound great. Soundcore are known for delivering great audio at an affordable price, and they really haven't disappointed here. Now there are plenty of EQs to choose from, and find one that suits your needs, but I was actually very impressed with the Hear ID. This is first going to go through and play beeps to you, and you've just got to press whether or not you can hear them. It then plays music and you go through a series of A/B testing where you listen to the 2 variations and pick the one you prefer. Now after completing this Hear ID test, it was actually the setting I chose to stick with for my music, and it made it incredibly easy to set up, so this is especially good for those of you that aren't comfortable with changing EQs. Now I've been using these with the LDAC codec and they really do sound crisp and clean. They've got plenty of clarity and depth within my music. On other earbuds I've used, it's sometimes hard to spot the difference when using LDAC codec and when not using it, but I find these really benefit from it and they do provide a noticeable difference. Now the bass levels are also good and they provide a nice punchy bass along with plenty of deep tones, but they're not the bassiest earbuds I've ever used. So I would say these are more aimed to those of you that want a balanced sound over the pure bass. Now we've got spatial effects where we can choose either fixed or head tracking, and again this works well, although personally I'm still not sure on the real use case. It really does enhance the effect of being there as you can close your eyes and move your head around, but personally I feel like this is just a bit more of a gimmick to me at the moment and not something I use. For the case, it's a simple slide up to open, and it's also this pebble shape, which means it fits comfortably in my pocket. While the case is plastic, it's got a soft rubbery feel to it, which feels nice, and overall the build quality is great. When we slide it up, we've got the illuminated earbuds inside with a pulsing white light, and I just love the overall black design. It's not bold, it's not trying to stand out, and it's just a sleek design. Now if we take out the earbuds, again they're black all round with a bit of Soundcore branding on the outer face, and for these earbuds we've got a squeeze control, so you either squeeze once, twice or 3 times, and the controls for this can also be customized in the app. When I first put them in, I was very impressed with just how comfortable these were, so I didn't actually have to try any of the other ear tips, but with these earbuds you get an extra set of small, medium and large tips to find the ones that best suit you. Now when it comes to ANC, they provide a nice level of ANC, but it's not the heaviest I've ever experienced. Now these are actually perfect for my preference, as I've said in many of my other reviews, sometimes the ANC can be a little bit too strong for me, but these block out enough of the ambient noise to let me enjoy my music without them being overpowering. We've also got the transparency mode to allow us to hear the ambient sounds. Within this we can choose full transparency or a vocal mode. Now both of these work well, and personally I've just been using the vocal mode. They're also sweat resistant, so there's no worries wearing them out for a jog, but it doesn't look like there's any official IP rating, so don't go putting them underwater. As I said at the start of the video, the Soundcore Liberty 4s now track your heart rate. We've also got a new wellness section in the Soundcore app. As with other fitness trackers, you input your sex, weight and age, and it's going to give you statistics on your heart rate. We can review the heart rate over days, weeks or months, along with useful metrics like minimum, maximum and average heart rate. We even have an exercise mode where you can customize your exercise or pick one of their courses. Because we don't have GPS, it is limited to the heart rate information when we're running, and of course it doesn't know the distance traveled, but it is a great start for wellness activities in earbuds, and the only thing I would have liked to have seen here is the ability to put in the distance manually after your run is complete. They also come with a fit test to check that they are fitted correctly. Now, in order for the best bass and noise cancellation, you do need a good tight fit, and in this fit test it simply plays music and then uses that to determine if you have a good seal. We've got in-ear detection to automatically play or pause the music, and this can also be disabled if you want. We've also got the ability to do dual connections, so if you're using two devices at the same time, you can pair to both of them and then swap between them as you want. Now, of course, they can also take phone calls for hands-free calling, and I have to say they work incredibly well for calls. I can hear perfectly what the other person is saying, and even if I'm out on a run with busy traffic noises, they do a good job at cancelling out that ambient noise so the other person can hear me without the distractions. And when it comes to the battery, you get up to 9 hours of playtime, which is extended to 28 hours if you include recharging in the case. Now, of course, these numbers are under very average conditions, and many settings that you change will affect the battery. I listen to my music at a fairly reasonable volume. I've had the ANC turned on all the time, and I've also been using the LDAC codec along with the heart rate tracking, and I've been getting about 5 to 6 hours, which is pretty good. They charge quickly anyway, and if you're out and about, a 15-minute charge is going to deliver another few hours of listening anyway. And when it comes to the packaging, we get a nice compact box. When we open it up, we've got the manuals and documentation in the left side along with the USB cable. We've then got the spare ear tips in the middle, the charging case, and then finally the earbuds themselves. When it comes to pricing, they cost $149.99. To be fair, that's a good price, which we always expect from Soundcore. They deliver a great balanced sound, they're incredibly comfortable to wear, and they're packed full of features as well as customizations, which means that you can really tailor them to your personal needs. The call quality is also excellent, so you've never got to take them out, and overall I would definitely recommend them. Now, as I said, the only people I wouldn't recommend them to is the people that want the really heavy bass, and another thing to mention, of course, is that if you've got an iPhone, then you can't use the LDAC codec. Now, the iPhone uses AAC, and that's unlikely to change anytime soon, but it's the same story with whatever earbuds you choose. Now, of course, I've placed the links down in the description below if you want to purchase them or just take a further look at the specs, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, then just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.